Good morning. It's Wednesday, May 10th, and every evening when I go to bed, I clean out my computer. I shut it down. I remove all the emails that I've gotten that day, that I've consciously or unconsciously read. I get many emails on many different subjects that I have no reason to even be interested in. But for some reason or other, they're there. And many of the emails talk about topics that I'm interested in. And one of the major topics that I have received emails on lately has been Medicare. And I received one email that asked me to donate money because Medicare was on the verge of bankruptcy. And it said something like in 6 hours they were going to be bankrupt. And if I gave them money, they could get 3 times that money from some other sucker. Well, I didn't give them anything. And I, of course, sent that email quickly to the trash folder. But this morning I saw something that claimed Medicare was going to go bankrupt. So I did some research. Medicare is far from bankrupt. Anything that you have heard about Medicare going bankrupt is a scam. They're just trying to raise money and frighten. Medicare is not going bankrupt. And let me tell you, Medicare is great, because this year, since the beginning of this year, my wife has not been doing. And she had to have some major surgery done, and she was in and out of a couple of different hospitals before they finally got around to doing that surgery. And I can tell you that Medicare paid all those bills with few exceptions. Cost me probably 1% of all the money that they walked over. So let me tell you something. Without Medicare, most of us would be poor if we had to have any kind of medical help. So there is nobody out there that can tell me anything bad about Medicare, and certainly they can't tell me that it's going bankrupt, because I have researched that topic and it is safe for at least another 10 years. And us in this country should not let Medicare fail. We should be fighting for that, because it is a very, very important piece of our health care. And it's extremely important for those of us in our age group. So the ridiculous claims by some policymakers that Medicare is nearing bankruptcy is very, very misleading. It's a shame that these people even say those things without doing their research. Medicare faces financing challenges, that's true. But the program is nowhere near the verge of bankruptcy or even ceasing to operate. Now, such claims just demonstrate a misunderstanding or a deliberate misrepresentation of the Medicare finances. So for those of you who have not really been paying attention, Part A of Medicare covers inpatient hospitalization services and post-acute care in nursing homes and rehab centers. And I have taken advantage of it. There's no question about it. And it obtains 90% of its financing from payroll taxes. Employees and their employers each pay 1.45% of the total wages into this program. And there are no exceptions to paying the Medicare taxes. And the Medicare taxes, if you look at the big number, is almost 3% of all the monies earned in this country. That's a huge amount of money that's going into Medicare. So there's no scintilla of truth about them going bankrupt. And if you're fortunate enough to make over $200,000 a year or $250,000 as a family, then you pay additional percentages. Almost 1% of those wages go into Medicare also. And then it gets money from the Social Security benefit. So Medicare's hospital insurance plan is solid as a rock. So don't believe all the crap you hear out there. And don't pay attention to these people who claim bankruptcy, and don't pay attention to the people who want to get rid of Medicare. It is a wonderful, wonderful piece of insurance. Everybody should be happy that we have such a program. I don't know how anybody could challenge the existence of this program. Just shows you how little some portions of our government consider the lives of our people. Because without Medicare, where would these people get the insurance and the help they need. Because I am telling you, the doctor's bills that we had for my wife are astronomical, and Medicare paid most of that. And the Hospital Insurance Trust Fund is rock solid. It'll be able to pay 100% of the cost of hospital insurance in this country through at least 2028 without even doing anything now. And we're going to continue to collect those fees. So there's no problem with the hospital insurance in Medicare. Now, aside from the taxes that are paid for the hospitalization portion of Medicare, Medicare has two more parts, a Part B and a Part D. Part B deals with physicians and outpatient health services. And Part D pays for outpatient prescription drugs. Now, these are covered by premiums that are paid and set by the Medicare system each year. So you pay a premium. That's extra money that comes out of your pocket. But there's no reason to worry about that either. And of course, upper income beneficiaries pay higher income-related premiums. And low-income beneficiaries are not required to pay premiums. But it's rock solid. There's nothing to worry about. There's plenty of money out there. And General Revenues pays 3/4 of the amount needed to keep Part B solid, rock solid. And General Revenues also finances about 3/4 of Part D, the prescription segment. Premiums pay for about 15%. But as with Part B, higher income beneficiaries pay more. Payments from states cover part of the cost of beneficiaries who are eligible for both Medicare and Medicaid. And that accounts for about 11% of the Part D income. And the trustees have reported that Medicare Part B and Medicare Part D will not become insolvent at any point. The trustees have reported that the Supplementary Medical Insurance Trust Fund always has sufficient finances to cover Part B and Part D because the beneficiary premiums and general revenue contributions are specifically set at levels to ensure that the SMI cannot go bankrupt. So any bankruptcy stories that you hear are pure bullshit by people who just want to do away with one of the great services that this country provides. Why do they want to do away with it? Because they have some poor, misguided view that this is socialism. So I leave you with the stupidity of the rest of the place, and I hope you have a great day.